The Private Sector Commission is ramping up its efforts to educate its members and the Guyanese people about money laundering and other financial improprieties. On Thursday, a session on money laundering sponsored by the Canadian Executive Service Organization and the Private Sector Commission got underway at the Pegasus Hotel. Matthew McCurry is a Canadian expert on money laundering. He highlighted why it is important to stop money laundering.
The point of stopping money laundering is that if it remains unabated, it fuels further crime and socioeconomic harms, violence and drugs. So, therefore, left unchecked, profitable crime begets more profitable crime. More corruption, more narcotics, more kidnapping, more human trafficking, more arms trafficking. All those things have tremendous consequences.
The expert explains how money laundering undermines the legitimate private sector.
Destabilizes financial markets and complicates policy decisions. To the extent that there's an underground economy, an economy that operates illegally or legally outside of the view of statistics, it makes it far more difficult for anyone making an economic decision or a policy decision which can destabilize. And certainly loss of government revenue. There are no taxes on cocaine exports.
Former head of the Private Sector Commission, Mr. Ramesh Duku, told of the difficulties the private sector faced while Guyana was under the blacklist, and PSC executive Captain Jerry Gov'T recalled that former U.S. Ambassador to Guyana, Mr. Brent Hart, had warned the Commission of the implications of being blacklisted. Gov'T said the PSC contacted then-President Ramotar, who didn't seem mindful whether the country was blacklisted by Cfatf.
And it made me worried when I came off the phone from him, because it didn't look like if we were going to put the fire behind it. So I called back the U.S. Ambassador and I said, Mr. Ambassador, this is what the President said. And he said, Jerry, you go back and tell him I said it. But if Guyana don't get moving on this thing, the country will be in trouble very, very shortly. And the private sector, from that day on, kept the fire on. We were shocked, we were surprised at our government, and it seems like it was going on for a while before that, and we could not understand why they were not paying attention to it.
The expert told the session that crime in any country is no good and widens that country's chance of being on the Cfatf blacklist. He said persons must be educated at the community level, since a safer community is key in tackling money laundering. Both the Canadian expert and the Private Sector Commission praised the efforts of the Attorney General and his team to remove Guyana from the Cfatf blacklist. Royden James, HGP Nightly News.